Alright, motherfuckers, welcome back to Let's Talk Nonsense. This week, I'm angry. And we're going to talk about why I'm so angry. But we'll get to that in a minute. For now, I just want to thank everyone who's listening or downloading our episodes still. We lost a lot of viewers for some reason. We're not quite sure why. Maybe we just suck. I don't know. But
it's the Illuminati.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which... not the Illuminati, but now speaking, I guess I should say more correctly, you might recognize that voice as my former co-host and hopefully returning co-host after the holiday season's over and we kind of get back into the main swing of things. Jared, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, guys? Good to be back and stuff and things. I don't know. Excited to be back. You know, we're going to try and get back in the swing of things like he said. Maybe we'll get our schedules to align and the stars will align and destiny will shoot us in the butt with an arrow of fortune. Who knows?
Yeah. It really is a crapshoot as far as scheduling goes. But we're also talking about bringing on a new manager. I'm not going to mention any names yet until we figure out if that's happening or not. But hopefully the manager will help us iron out scheduling conflicts. Because the thing is, like, I'm the least prepared person schedule-wise. Like, I never know what I'm doing in a day until I'm already doing it. And by then, it's too late to make a plan. So, you know, hopefully we'll bring in someone that can plan things out for us. But with me, as always, this season, my other co-host, Frominator. How are you, Fro?
A little under the weather right now.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Yeah, this sucks ass. Can't suck a good dick if your nose is all stuffed up.
You can't just breathe through your ears. People can do that.
So, Frominator, I think you're probably the most qualified to tell the people. This episode may not go that long. It may go super long. I have no idea. There's not really a plan because the thing we're here to talk about, and the reason we're doing this during the holiday season, is because today is day 2 of Decent December, which some of you might remember from, I don't remember if it was the suicide or the addiction episode that we talked about doing.
I think it was an addiction episode.
Yeah, so that was me and you. It was just me and Fro that day. And I think when we edited, we had Kayserian came in and agreed to take part in it. And Jared also has agreed to take part. Although each individual person's Decent December is a little bit different because we all have our own things. And, you know, I tend to actually have to participate with all of you because Fro's thing was overeating and nicotine. And I have problems with both of those. And then Jared's thing was just really, not that he had that big of a problem with it, but alcohol.
And also, we started early, if you remember.
Yeah, I was going to get around to that, but I'll let you talk about that here in a second. But yeah, so Kayserian's thing was nicotine as well. And then we also have a couple other people that are in it as well. And then also it kind of branched out too. Like Fro and I don't think we should do that today on the show. We should set our parameters for like punishments and reward system for it. Because Jared and I and the other guy that was doing it on our end with the alcohol thing, we set those parameters. But Jared, I'll let you talk about all that.
Okay. Yeah, we were over here Saturday. Was it last Saturday?
Well, we went hunting. Yeah, we went hunting that morning.
Yeah, we went squirrel hunting, and then that was fruitless. We just walked around the woods and shot guns, which is fun. If you've never done that, go do that. It's fun. Just
unless you live in a city.
Anybody. Yeah, there's probably not many woods there. If you're in the woods in a city,
if you're in the city, don't walk around and shoot guns.
No, that's a bad idea. Jail is not fun. So I've heard. Anyway, yeah, so we did that, and then we had kind of a party type deal over here, and got drunk, decided we were going to do the Decent December thing, and we made the wager. Wasn't it a case of beer? The person who, if someone drinks during it, you have to buy the other two people a case of beer, I believe was the thing.
Yeah, well, so for the reward, we were saying that whoever stays in it is going to go in together and buy a bottle of Maker's Mark and share that between the 2 or 3 or however many of us stayed in that.
Right.
And then, yeah, the first one to quit had to buy a case of beer for the other 2.
Right.
And then, you know, I think that was pretty much the extent of that.
I think that was the gist of it. And it reminds me of that Seinfeld episode. Have you seen the Seinfeld episode where, like, they have the masturbation bet?
I've never really watched Seinfeld.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. You should watch that sometime. It's underrated, but it's actually really good. They have a masturbation bet going. All 4 of them get together. They make a bet not to masturbate. They set the rules. I don't remember how much the money was, but, you know, they make the bet. Kramer leaves the Jerry's apartment, goes across the hall to his apartment. They talk amongst themselves, and 5 minutes later, he comes back in and slams Muddy down on the table. He's like, I'm out! Because he couldn't last that long. And on that note...
Oh,
I'm
dude,
out.
that's not cool.
I'm
You can't bring you're out?
I'm out. I had a beer last night.
Well,
So, you a case of beer, and the other unnamed person a case of beer.
it's bittersweet because now I'm getting a case of beer, but I can't drink that case of beer for a month.
I was about to say till after the.
Yeah, I'll get it for you whenever you want it. That's up to you. But yeah, I'm out.
How long did you make it? We started early, so
We
we
did start
started
early.
last Saturday, and
We
this
did.
is this Sunday. So
Correct. 6 days. Six full days.
Yeah, because you had one last night.
Indeed.
6
Oh.
days, man.
I made it.
Well, I mean, what do you think about? Did you listen to the episode, the addiction episode, the reason we started doing this?
I don't think I listened to that one. I know I listened to the suicide one. I don't know if I... When did that next one come out? Was it the next week?
The next week,
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. No, I haven't listened to that one.
Yeah, the if I'm not mistaken.
Notifications one coming through and stuff.
Yeah, I know that's another thing I'm gonna take care of in the new year. It's another reason I'm bringing in a manager because once I can offload everything I can offload, frees me up to handle more technical shit. Because I think I'm the only one involved in any of this that knows anything about the technical side of this shit.
Yeah.
So it's not like I can be like, oh, there's no notifications, and there's like a group of people going, oh, have you tried changing this filter, or have you tried moving the tags to this or that? You know.
Yeah. I'm out on that.
Yeah, we got to figure out the notification system. For some reason, Podbean's not really doing that well, and we're actually coming up on so I prepaid for a full year of video and audio streaming with Podbean that we can upload unlimited. Podbean's been letting me down. I think I'm gonna switch over to like Lisbon or something like that for the next season. Of course, we still have 5 episodes in this season, so we got 5 more coming out on Podbean where you find us now. And I'm gonna do my best to get an agent over at Lisbon that can actually transfer all of our feed stuff over for me so that like nothing changes for our audience except for the host, the original host, and our website would change. But iTunes, Google Play Music, all that stuff would still just be the same thing. But anyway, on that addiction episode, the main thing we were talking about, do you remember exactly why we started doing Decent December?
Something about comedians, and they thought that if they could, then we could too.
Yeah.
Sober October with Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And it was Doug Stanhope, who's my hero. That He went through it, and I was like, damn, if he can do it, I better be able to do it. Because that motherfucker's been addicted to shit since he was like 12. And he's
a heavy
getting close to
drinker.
50.
For sure.
Well, that sucks, man. I mean, so like, first of all, kudos on the fashion that you quit. I didn't realize you had a beer in your back pocket there, so that was good.
I have a flair for the dramatic, I suppose.
Yeah, and secondly, why? Like, I don't know. I mean, I've been a bitch like these last few days. No
Yeah, I
nicotine,
was
no
too.
alcohol.
I was too. And I had no outlet to relax in any way. I guess it was a rough week, and it was kind of a moment of weakness. But at the same time, I weighed the pros and cons and was like, as long as I'm not drinking like crazy retarded every day, if I have a few beers a couple times a week, I'm fine. And I was like, I really want a beer. And so I went and I bought a beer. And I was like, this one beer is probably going to cost me $40 to $60 in beer. Yeah, worth it.
I'll tell you from my perspective as a drinker, just where I'm at, and I'm a week. Today makes 7 full days. So I'm a full week into my Decent December, even though today's only December 2nd.
Yeah.
So my Decent December started a week ago, and I've been a week without drinking. And actually, Fro, you were over here last night, and we were talking about this shit. Hell, you tell your perspective first, and I'll talk about where I'm coming from, because we haven't let you talk much, I don't feel like.
I mean, like I said, I can't really talk loud enough for that thing to pick me up right now. So, I mean, I don't even know if y'all are even going to hear any of this shit, but I've been one day without it. I started a little bit later than these guys because I still had some vape juice that I was still going through.
And you're talking about nicotine, not alcohol.
Yeah. I still had some juice in my vape
Excuse me.
that was still at 3 mils, and I just ran out yesterday. So unfortunately, they do have a week head start on me, but
Well, not so much with nicotine. I waited until me and you and your woman drove out to Rome and got the 0% nicotine juice. So technically, I started my Decent December for smoking started with you, maybe a day earlier than you because you still had some left over.
Yeah.
But my Decent December for drinking started 7 days ago with Jared and our other friend. But anyway, Well, okay, so the main thing I was getting at was you and your lady were over here last night trying to hang out because we do Back Porch Crew, which we've talked about recording. We may start doing once it warms up again. I think that would be a really good premium episode. But yeah, y'all were over here last night, so y'all saw. I know she kept. I wish she was here to I wish we had recorded what she kept saying. You know, how would you, from an outsider perspective, looking at me, say I was handling Decent December last night?
Man, like I said, even today, just the look on your face makes you look like you want to kill somebody.
Because I do.
Yeah.
Like, you just look like you're just straight up just in full-blown bitch mode right now.
I am, man. I really am. Like, we were setting up for the show today, and I was just... It was a retarded thing on my part. I just had I had the wrong headset mic picking up, and we had this mic in the studio room that we were trying to record on, and I was trying to do a sound check, and it wasn't fucking working. And Fro was in here when I came in to get the microphone, and I was literally like, you ever seen a piece of styrofoam, like as a wave is coming in and the piece of styrofoam stays atop the water, but it gets like tossed crazy and then it hits the shore? My consciousness was that piece of styrofoam, and that wave was rage.
What shore did you hit?
I came in and grabbed the fucking microphone, and my hand's like shaking, and I'm like smiling as I'm telling I'm going to be happy. I'm only going to pick the microphone up and not destroy everything in this room.
You didn't?
I didn't. I'm keeping myself composed, and that's years of mental discipline and military discipline and shit like that. I'm like legitimately calling back on things that are deep in my personality and self-control and discipline that are like, hey, yeah, it sucks. Fucking beat it. Like, suck worse than it sucks, I guess.
What?
Yeah, no, I mean, for real, it's like, okay, that sucks for you.
Yeah.
But you have to, like, be as ornery as that. Like I don't know how to put it. Without alcohol to lubricate my social facilities, I am quite inept. I don't know. Okay, so say you're in a fight, and someone's clearly stronger than you. Mm-hmm. And everyone knows you're gonna fucking lose that fight. And you get punched that first time. And you know, before you ever even get punched that first time, that was gonna hurt, it's gonna suck, and you're gonna lose. But do you just quit the fight and run away because you got punched that one time? Or do you continue to fight back and try your best to do as much fucking damage as you can on your way down?
Is anybody else there watching?
Exactly. And that's where integrity comes in. Integrity is what you do when no one's watching. That's when you're in that fight, and it's the decision you make in that fight, in that moment when you know no one else will really know or care. I could run away, or I could just get mean and fucking fight back.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I'm just mean right now, in my head.
Yeah, I warned my mother this morning whenever I was walking out of the fucking house. I was like, look, me and Caleb made a bet. I said, both of us are quitting smoking. He's also quitting drinking. So I apologize in advance if I snap at you. Said I don't mean to, but I'm going to be a fucking bitch the next couple of weeks. So just get it over it.
Which I imagine you being a bitch in your mom's house would play out a lot like Eric Cartman.
Oh, yeah.
During the World of Warcraft episode. Man! Where's my goddamn cheese poops? Now, poor Courtney, man. She's one quote from her that I've liked was like a day into my nicotine quitting. She said, I didn't really know it was possible for you to get angrier faster, but you're proving that to be true. Because she'll like move her finger the wrong way. I'm like, God damn it, what the fuck is wrong with the whole fucking system? God damn fuck! Like walk through the house, I just have to go outside and stand there, and I've got that 0% vape juice, and I'm just like sucking on it like I'm fucking...
God.
This has nicotine. This has nicotine.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, yeah, we were out here earlier, and I got upset about some bullshit, and I walked out, and I was just sitting on the back porch and going, pretend it has nicotine. Yeah, this shit, it's rough. I don't know if I'm going to make it, honestly. I mean, especially on the drinking front now, because at this point, there's no real downside besides still being addicted to alcohol. Next episode, you'll find out if I did or didn't.
Right.
Since Jared's a pussy and just quit out on us.
Yeah, it does suck.
Hey, a bet's a bet. I'm going to honor my end of the bet.
See, I never looked like both of y'all are referring to it as a bet, and I
That's
guess
exactly
everyone,
what it was.
It wasn't though. Like
It was too.
no, when we don't have any bet.
No, that was just the easiest way to explain it.
It's the best way to explain it, but we didn't. Like when if you go back and listen to the episode, co-host of the fucking show.
I didn't get a notification, and you didn't tell me it was live.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I told her too.
I mean, it's true.
No, I know. I'm just fucking with you. But if you go back and listen to that episode, the whole intent of it was
see if we could.
to see if we could do it, just to see if who's in control.
Yeah.
And then if we couldn't do it, to admit to ourselves that the thing that we couldn't say no to was in control.
Yep.
Because, and what brought it all up was, like, we had gone camping, and I was, like, I know this is going to feel targeted at you, but legitimately go back and listen to that episode, because it's all said there 3 weeks ago. We had been camping several times, and Frominator had mentioned to my wife even, like, hey, stop letting him buy alcohol, this is getting bad. He had told me a couple times, like, hey, I think you're developing a problem, and I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm developing a problem. I've been an alcoholic, I've gotten over it, I'm only drinking one night a week, and I don't have any urge to drink any other night of the week. Like, I'm fine. It's all in control. Until I try to fucking quit and can't. And now I'm sitting here going, oh, fuck. I probably wasn't in control. Because, it might have just been one night a week. But that's one night a week I wasn't in fucking control of myself. That's one night a week I couldn't say no to something external. Some chemical that I had to have at least once a week in order to function or develop a personality, which is playing out now. That's why I'm so fucking angry. Because in order to fill that hole that alcohol used to cover up and drown, I'm like, God fucking damn it! I just want to be happy, but I need a chemical to do that. And what I really need is to stop needing a chemical to do that.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about on that episode, was just trying to figure out who's the boss, I guess. So it wasn't a bet. It turned into one because our mutual friend that heard about it, and Joe Rogan and them, they do it as a bet.
For them, yeah.
But that was never really, I don't think that was ever really the intent when we started it for this to be a bet. Although I'm fine with turning it into one, because at this point I think the experiment 2 days into it has proven to me nicotine is in control.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Nicotine is a bitch.
Also, there's a Glade plug-in directly behind my head, and it
Does it smell
smells
nice?
extremely nice.
Oh, you can smell it?
Yeah.
Progress, man. Progress.
I put that
Nose
there
is
because
working.
I haven't bathed.
Love
I put the Glade air freshener in here because I haven't bathed in days.
Okay.
We still smell you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's not going to
say-
cover it up.
yeah.
well.
Maybe if you had some like sockets under your armpits you could plug it into. Maybe that would work, but aside from that.
All right. Well, I mean, we didn't really plan a show today. We just kind of wanted to check in with Decent December. Obviously, Jared is completely and utterly failed Decent December 2 days into the month.
Hey, we started early. I made it 6 days.
You did make it 6 days. I am still going strong. I'll do an update of myself if whoever can get over here, we want to do.
Did you hear anything from Kassarian?
I haven't heard from him today, no. I talked to him yesterday. So, Kassarian and I are working on the video side of things primarily right now, and I talked to him a few days ago and asked him if he wanted to come over yesterday to script out some videos and stuff, and he said that he had something going on, he was busy, so I just assumed that since we haven't heard from him today, he's probably got the same stuff going on, or he's resting from whatever he had going on yesterday, so.
Well, fuck him then.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I'll, next time he's in, I'll do an update with him on Decent December, and then we can get together in a week or two and we'll do another update. I'll do a weekly update for the fans and stuff, just so we have something posting that they can hear what's going on. And if y'all can't make it, just do me a favor and send me like a typed up, like write something to the fans to tell them how you're doing and what your perspective is at that moment. Jared, I guess that doesn't really include you anymore.
Hey, I can still do the exercise part of our agreement.
Yeah,
we
that's
can
another
do
thing
that.
that we didn't. So as it developed on Jared and my side of things, we'd also agreed to pass a Navy PRT.
Which is gonna fucking suck.
Yeah, it does, man. But just imagine people have to do that every 6 months
Yeah.
to keep their career.
Well, I mean, that puts it in more perspective. I mean,
Crazy.
yeah, but also at the same time, it makes sense with that job.
Kind of. It doesn't so much anymore though, because it's like 60 or 80 something sit-ups. How many times in the military has anyone ever had their life depend on how many sit-ups they can do?
All these people are gonna die if you don't do any sit-ups right now.
Quick, we need you to load this truck with ammunition, but you have to put your feet under the tire and you have to keep your knees together and you also
Grab
have
it
to
behind
lift
your
it
head?
behind your head and sit it up into the... Like, what? That's not a movement anyone has
and
to
the
do.
person inside the car has to squat, do a perfect form squat to pick it up.
Yeah. And then there's going to be another guy that grabs it with his feet and pulls it up with a bar to put it
Oh,
under.
there you go, hey.
Like, that's the only way we can do this, and we're under enemy fire, so quick, go.
Yeah, right?
What the fuck? It would make so much more sense if that PRT was like, especially in the Navy, is like, pull-ups make a certain amount of sense because of the boats going down, but swimming should be the cardio portion because
Swimming does-
that's
that's good.
fucking
Excellent cardio.
important. And it's fucking important as a sailor to swim.
Why?
Yeah, right. So swimming, ammunition moving would be a good one. Like going down to the ammo lockers and getting the fucking shells and moving them. That's core workout right
How large are
there.
those?
Depending on what type of ammunition
Well, of
it is.
course, yeah, but I mean-
like when you're going through boot camp, the ones they have you practicing on are about like that.
What caliber is that?
I'm not sure. And they're not all bullets. Like it's not all bullets. There's missiles. There's bombs.
Right.
There's ammo 450 cal. So you got 50 cal bullets, and they're in the ammo cases and stuff.
Right.
And it also depends on the ship. So like the 5mm shells are going to be on your like destroyers that have the 5mm guns on them.
Right.
Carrier's not going to have 5mm. For bullet ammo, the biggest a carrier's going to have is 50 cal.
How large are those? Like
50 cal?
Yeah.
Like
that?
about like that, I'd say, roughly. They're fucking
Huge. Yeah. It'd
Huge.
be awesome to shoot one of those. I would love to do that.
Just one time.
Oh, fuck.
Because I hear that they
More than
kick like a
once.
fucking mule.
Oh shit, yeah, but I want to shoot it at something.
Yeah,
Watch
oh,
it
yeah.
explode.
Oh, yeah.
I've shot a 50 cal. I've shot
Did you shoot it at something?
no, we were just out in the desert.
That's
Spray it.
still really awesome.
It's
but
fun as
I was
fuck.
going to say, it's
bet.
The amount of power you feel is the
Oh.
whole vehicle is rocking,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh shit, I can
Did you
kill
come?
everything.
You came,
No,
didn't
no.
you?
No, I almost did with the howitzer though. I also shot a howitzer one time, and that will you have to stand so far back, and you got like a little rope, and you, and it's like, fuck.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, those were good days. But
How the fuck did we just get to talking about all that shit?
no, it's
Anyway.
nonsense. That's why it's Let's Talk Nonsense, man.
Yeah,
That's,
it's
that's
always-
how mine and Jared's conversations tend to go.
Segue, and then back to the original point when you barely remember the original point.
I don't
What was
really.
it, Ru- Oh, the.
We're just doing an
physical
update.
shit.
Yeah, this is just really it's just
Yeah.
an update. We got a few guests lined up that I'd like to talk to. I know your dad had mentioned wanting to be on here. I'm going to talk to him again, or you talk to him about it. I'd like to get him on maybe first of the year, maybe be the first guest when we come back in January.
Okay, I'll talk to him about it and see.
We might could pull together
That
and
works.
help him get up. I know he's got to drive a long distance, so we might could cover some of the gas money for him to get up
wouldn't
here.
be a problem. I can do that.
You know what? I think that might actually be a really good thing to bank on. Like talk to him. I'm not gonna say it's definitely happening right now, but it might be a good thing to bank on, like as a possible, because his story is crazy.
All of his stories are crazy. Every
Yeah.
single one of them. And I learn new shit every time.
Yeah,
Usually when I'm hanging out with him with other people.
yeah.
He'll
that-
open his mouth and start telling a story, and I'm like, holy
I've-
fuck.
I've been there for a couple of those where it's like he just drops some major life shit on you, and it's like, oh, well, I was here for this and probably
Yeah.
didn't need to be. Gonna go
Yeah.
somewhere else now.
Yeah. Some of them are really awesome.
He's a cool fucking dude, though. I
He is
enjoy hanging
awesome.
out with him
Yeah,
and
I do
talking
too.
to him.
I do too.
But-
He's awesome.
We'll work on that. And then, Fro, if you can think of any guests or someone close to you, what I'd like to do, because I don't know, the show's changed over time. And obviously, we have a good time talking to each other, but I'd like to cover some serious life shit. Because whether our views reflect it or not, I think the addiction and the fucking suicide shows were some of our best ones that we've done. I mean, they were real, they were deep, and they were talking about shit that means something to us. And I think if we can keep going in that direction, our audience hopefully will like it. Hopefully you guys will keep listening. But if not, I'm sure there is an audience out there that would
That could benefit someone. if they
appreciate
listen
that.
to it.
I may cut all of this out. I just talk. But that's been Let's Talk Nonsense. Basically just a holiday update where we're at with Decent December.
Is this the first episode since Thanksgiving?
Yep. No. Yeah.
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 Happy Thanksgiving. Hope it was awesome. You ate lots of shit you didn't need to and didn't get trampled on Black Friday.
And if we don't talk to you before Christmas, Merry Christmas and
Happy Hanukkah
and Kwanzaa and
All the other shit.
yeah, just happy holidays, I
There you
guess.
go.
Yeah, so that's been Let's Talk Nonsense. We will attempt to put out a new episode next week and maybe talk about Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff.
Well,
Because I think there's something to be talked about there.
Yeah.
But anyway, for now, until I develop the ability to have a personality outside of alcohol and cigarettes, or maybe just return to alcohol and cigarettes for a personality for the next episode, that's about all I've got.
God, fuck the world right now.
Yeah. You heard it here first, world. Go fuck yourselves.
Hey.
Thanks for listening.
see ya.